Okay, I'm Gio.
And I'm Nawa, and I produced a music video.
And I produced an experimental film.
I think regarding the music video, I wanted to step back from the whole narrative short film drama thing and play with the film medium in that way, instead of making like dramas, as we've been doing quite a lot.
Yeah, I completely agree. Like for Louise and Louise's film, it's a bit playful, it's experimental, and that's how they really want to like brand it. I think the hardest challenge was location for us, because we were working in a park, and the directors wanted to film on the boat, so we had to like rent out a boat and stuff and make sure there was like a lifeguard and everything. So also they wanted to film like the sunrise, so we had to be there at like 4:35 in the morning to catch that. So that was really tough on the crew, waking up early and getting there.
I mean, I actually enjoyed I enjoyed everything basically. And the shooting day, yeah, it went smooth, and obviously there are always challenges on the shooting day, but still I think everyone did a quite good job, and it was just quite enjoyable.
Yeah.
Especially with the artist, like there were some really nice moments with him. I think he really felt appreciated, and he really liked our idea as well, so it was quite nice.
Yeah, I think even though the team had to wake up like 4:30 in the morning and meet at 5, they really enjoyed the moment where the sun actually like started rising, and they said it was really beautiful. And they captured some photos, and they said it was like really rewarding seeing that. So.
Take me far away from you. I know we only met this year, but from one night I love you, dear. Nothing's ever been this clear. I won't wake up. This ain't fake love. You're not me though. So can we take off? So can we take off? No. Wake up, this ain't fake love. You're not me though. So can we take off? We'll go where you decide, somewhere we don't need to hide. Choose in the dark, we'll fly to Prague. It's been a while since we talked. I know that I've been a bad sport. I didn't mean to fall short. It's just that I had never thought one was enough. It's been so rough. I thought I could bluff, but then I felt love. We'll go where you decide, somewhere we don't need to hide. Choose in the dark, we'll fly to Prague. So take me far away from here. I know we only met this year, but from one night I love you, dear.
The first time I was trying, really fine dining, I was in Australia. It's using all those very rare ingredients you can only find in Australia. I think it's very much of a combination of what's in season, what's good, and can I make something out of it? And don't be afraid to experiment.
I'm Filippo Cordova, and I'm the producer of Working Monkeys, the name of our production house. And I've made a music video together with my fellow co-producer Andre and director Martha. And we made the song, music video for the song called Shadow Act 5. The concept is quite simple. It's people coming into a scene and moving around. So the production side wouldn't have been too hard, but what you can do with that could be very creative and quite diverse from what you see from other music videos. Just watching the production unfold in front of my eyes was quite fun. You can see me in the BTS, just standing there and working on release forms and other things. It was just quite enjoyable, really. First of all, I wanted to thank my whole group that worked with us. I wanted to thank the actors. I wanted to thank the band for letting us use their song. It was a combination of everyone. It was Martha's already having an idea, a plan, and a song. It was also our art team getting everything together and bringing in the chairs, finding chairs, bringing them in. It was also Andre's great skills of putting everything together, getting the documents, talking to people. I can't thank him enough for all the hard work that he did. And honestly, it was also Nicola's great skill with cameras and working and knowing how to do the lighting. It was just, everybody was quite, they really knew what to do. Everything was quite nicely done, so can't say we had anything to improve on. I guess just keep on expecting and try to achieve the same level of, I guess, quality that we did.
Someone who laughs at two modest killers, with poison in their hearts and doubt in their minds. But there isn't anybody I can see. This is the Shadow. Like to trade shots with me, would you, Lefty?
What you do?
Yes. So old M. Falkenberg finally died. Good. Splendid. with you. The shadow is going to pay a visit. Shadow is going to pay a visit.
Once upon a time, in an arts uni not so far from you, an unknown force consumes all USB sticks submitted by students. This is the tale of the brave souls that risk their lives in the quest for the truth.
Edwards, she's Edda, and we made Jean's advert, and we made
a cook show.
Documentary.
Well,
I don't know.
we both. Well, I like cooking, and Ennis likes food, so not really.
So I watched Chef's Table when I was drunk. I was like, I want to do that. Then I realised we don't have the budget or the red cameras.
Then we found Brian.
Yeah, and it happened.
For the cooking show, we just thought it was a cool concept that it was a student making such crazy things like fine dining, gourmet food experiences and all. So Ennis had the idea that we should make a Chef's Table, like inspired by Chef's Table.
So we thought, how about we just, create this like beautiful documentary on Brian, who's a beautiful character himself, beautiful visuals, and yeah, everything fell into place.
We work well together, I think, so it all worked out in the end as well. For the jeans advert, we kind of just had one idea, and if it worked out, it worked out. If it didn't, we just decided to do whatever, So which is what we ended up doing, because there was a little problem with the prop that we were using, and then it blew up and so on. So
yeah, so when you drop a lighter, they tend to blow up, and we dropped it a couple stories down, and
it blew up.
Bounced off someone's window or something.
And then we had to drop that idea.
Yeah, so good chef. I think there's a couple things we need to sort of go back and touch on. We sort of decided to shoot in Borough Market. Well, we didn't get permits because it's guerrilla filmmaking and all. So yeah, we didn't get any permits, and yeah, you can imagine we got shut down pretty quickly. So I really enjoyed editing
Yeah, I enjoyed it. Well, watching him edit it.
The advert. That was quite fun.
And for a good chef, I guess I liked the eating the food most.
Cheers.
Thank you.
The first time I was trying, really fine dining, I was in Australia. It's using all those very rare ingredients you can only find in Australia. I think it's very much of a combination of what's in season, what's good, and can I make something out of it? And don't be afraid to experiment. I'm Brian, and I'm a filmmaker, and that's what I do. Because it's my biggest passion, and I think I really can't do anything apart from, you know, making films. It's quite interesting because I always have this, you know, enormous passion towards food. You know, all sorts of food. You know, different cultures, different traditions. It's such a great opportunity to be a filmmaker, and we understand adding layers to your story, and you building your dishes to. It's almost building a pyramid, and you have your base layer and second layer. I think layers are very important, and this layer is not about a visual layer. It's about your flavor. Probably something acidic is going to kick right into it, and later on something sweet, and later on something savory comes in, and that your tongue almost act as a theatrical stage. Scallop is to me, is always my go-to dish. To me, it's very important, and I use a truffle, of course. Very interesting. It's a kick. It's like chili. It's something like that. Combines everything together. And I also dill sauce, which just elevates that center piece, that crown jewel. I think that's what it does. I was born in China. I grew up in China, and I know what Chinese food tastes like. Or in a way, my grandma on my mother's side sort of developed my palate. She cooked everything. I grew up with her, and home is very important because this dish is a very traditional Chinese dish. The Chinese name is Hong Xiao Rou. The dish itself is what I call is 24-hour slow cooked pork. The presentation acts as a poetic element to the dish, and the dry ice act as almost another poetic side of it. Your meat itself is almost like a goddess of it. I don't know what to say, but that sort of thing give it a more majestic sort of appearance of it. So I think that's what I was looking for. I see the three course as entire, Act 1, Act 2, Act 3. It's an entire play. So everything has to be coherent. And I think, the first dish is very light, very acidic, and very refreshing. And then you bring the seriousness to it, which is the pork. And I think dessert has to finish everything off. Well, there are three different layers. The bottom is raspberry, and the second part is lavender honey with blueberry, and the top part, which has the smallest, portion, but it is the strongest because it's a combination of 3 different alcohol and 2 different other berries. I think there's a very good, resolution to it, and I think that's something from filmmaking, really. I think the similarity between the two. Yeah. Most parts of the world I haven't been to. I'm sure there are brilliant ingredients. There are things that I would wish to explore. I cannot forget who I am. I am a Chinese and very much proud of it. But I think it really is the understanding of the food. I need more experience. I need to taste more. I need to experience more. And I think that is what I would do apart from, filmmaking as my main role.
Hi, I'm Ariane. I'm a producer for the Parallel Productions, and I've made 2 films. One's called Data Quest and the other one is called Girls Being Girls. So with Data Quest, the director, Edward Heap, pitched it to me and I was immediately sold on it, and we worked on the script together and then shot it the next week. With Girls Being Girls, it came about from mine and the director's Mariana Pires, and it came about from this idea that we've been having to do like a TV show sort of loosely based off of our lives, and this was sort of like a test run for that. We've been meaning to do stuff that's a bit more light-hearted in the sense, well, Data Quest is a comedy, so I feel like the stuff that we've been doing so far have been a lot of really drama-heavy stuff, and it'd be good to kind of have a hand in some ha-ha funny stuff.
You seek your universal serial buses.
Actually, we're looking for our USB sticks.
And then with Girls Being Girls, that's sort of, it's still a comedy, but it's sort of the kind of naturalistic, darker side to that genre.
So, Benedict Cumberbatch or Chris Pine?
Chris Pine.
Chris Benedict Cumberbatch.
Why?
Really?
I love his voice.
He looks like an otter.
Production was interesting. With Data Quest, we found we needed 3 characters to cast, and Ed wanted actors, and we managed to lock a cast 10 hours before we had to shoot. So everything that they kind of read and they did on the day. They were really great. We found them through Facebook, and they're really good. They're really, really kind about everything. Any other challenges? With Girls Being Girls, it was challenging because we had to shoot from sort of the evening into the night and then into the morning, so everybody was knackered and tired, but we needed to get the shots that we needed to get. But we didn't end up getting everything we wanted. But then it's kind of like a learning curve, I guess, so we're not always going to get what we want, and we're going to have to work with what we've got. Doing production, yeah, it's you definitely can't do this job alone, and you have to be willing to get your hands dirty, but also realise that you aren't always going to get what you want, and you're going to have to work with whatever it is that you're dealt with. I think when we were filming, one of my favourite moments was when we were filming Data Quest. The first time we have like a wizard character in the film, played by Ian Fleming. So the first time we kind of saw him in costume, that was a really, really good moment, because he has this ridiculous beard that's made out of a mop and a wig that makes him look like Garth from Wayne's World, and it was just really, really, really fun.
Once upon a time, in an arts uni not so far from you, an unknown force consumes all USB sticks submitted by students. This is the tale of the brave souls that risk their lives in the quest for the truth.
Good morning, I was wondering if you had any USB sticks?
Rude!
You seek your universal serial buses.
Actually, we're looking for our USB sticks.
'Tis the drives of pen you seek. Follow me. Come along. Come out. Places to go, people. So, come along, don't be shy. To obtain the sticks of USB, you must pass these trials 3.
So it's a competition?
The party is about to start. So seek what you want most in your heart. A minute you will have for time. Failing this, and you will die! And I will.
So what I want is people to appreciate how cool I am. You guys?
Drugs. What about you, Rian? What do you want?
Huh? Yeah, drugs. Yeah. I'll just go with you, yeah, Bella?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go. The minute I said, take that, thank you. Away we go! And you trouble.
Right, let's find a guy. There's always a guy.
Or girl!
Hi, excuse me. Have you got any drugs?
Alright, not edgy, not too mainstream, not too white, not so black that it's appropriation.
Hi, excuse me.
Ooh, ironic Gangnam Style. Okay. Still annoying. Mr. Brightside? No, too early for that. Kendrick Lamar? No, white people are still bored of him.
Excuse me. Have you got any drugs?
Ah! I've got it!
So, guess who just won the game? What is it that you really want?
Huh? Oh, yeah, you know.
So you're a lesbian.
No, I'm bi.
It's a big read, isn't it?
Do you...
Fuck!
That's what I just did.
So, you passed the first trial in this tiresome quest. The next will determine whose intentions are best. This one is for the leader of your party.
Guess I'll see you later then, ladies.
Oh, we have a leader.
To finish me rhyme. Very well. Off you go, sweet Jim.
So, what do we do then?
Here, solve that.
So, why do you want the USB sticks?
So basically, right, I have this theory. Find the USB sticks, find out where they came from. I'll explain over a drink, but basically, I'm pretty sure it leads back to the royal wedding.
I hope you're right.
So what about you? Why do you want the USB sticks back?
I want to say because it's the right thing to do, but I gave him the wrong USB stick, didn't I? And that's got a video of me shit-faced.
Party animal, are we?
If you call getting drunk on your own a party.
Done.
What the hell? He killed Harry!
Your companion sealed his own fate.
What was his task?
He had to listen to two women talking without interrupting for 1 minute straight. And this way, ladies.
This is my room.
Final test upon your quest is no just to suggest you rest.
What? In the bed? Both of us?
Yes.
Get out of the bed!
Bella, we still got to get the USBs.
I'm kind of comfy. It's cold.
But what about finding out the truth?
Can't you just stay here with me?
Bella, we've got to go.
I'm just gonna stay here.
I'm sorry.
sake of dad, introducing Coozly.
Well, good
Filled with new ingredients like lasting brand, radical rich.
I love it, Coozly.
So, Benedict Cumberbatch or Chris Pine?
Chris Pine.
Chris
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Why? Really?
I love his voice.
He looks like an otter.
I'm sorry, I like alternative white men.
It's not alternative. It's just like pure British, purebred.
I do like pure British men though.
2012.
I know. I do like. I think I have a thing now for like pure British white men.
Like Tom
Hiddleston, Tom.
I thought I was saying Tom Holland.
And Tom Holland.
Oh, that's the one.
child.
That's the one.
What are we doing?
What do you mean?
Like what's all this for?
Well, we're bonding.
Well, I get that, but I don't want to really want to bond like that right now. I don't know. I just don't.
Chris Pine though.
Oh, his blue eyes.
It's so beautiful.
They're so cute.
I don't feel so good. I don't know why we do any of this anymore. Like we don't like this whole thing. Yeah, we get our degrees or whatever, try and get our foot in the door, climb the ladder and all that. But what if we don't?
Oh, but you know who had really piercing blue eyes?
Who? That's
Paul
him.
Walker.
Oh,
Yeah.
That was really rude. That was really rude.
Laughing.
Why are you laughing?
She's laughing because you were laughing.
No, but she laughed first.
It's obviously scary, but I can't think like that.
Okay, so Chris Evans or Chris Pine?
Chris Evans.
Okay, so I was thinking Chris Evans, but now I'm sorry.
Are you just doing that to get on her good
side?
Are you?
I'm not trying to get on your good side. I genuinely mean that. I'm gonna switch and
Chris
go
Evans.
That's the reality about it. We don't talk about that. We don't talk about the fact that we're scared. We don't talk about that. We never talk about that. Well, we can always look up what girls do at sleepovers. Like, none of this was sold, this idea that it's all guaranteed, but it's not. Nothing is.
Oh, here's a more recent one. Talk about your celebrity crushes. Check. Stalk them on Instagram. Did that 2 months ago. And take selfies.
We could definitely take selfies.
Say there's a door, yeah? And that's what we're supposed to do, right? Get our foot through the door? What if there's a billion other people trying to get through the same door? What if the billion people get through the door? What does that make us? What does that make me? What does that make you? I don't know. It's just... I don't know why we don't say anything.
My name is Barry, and I made The War. It's a mockumentary about war between humans and pigeons.
And I'm Christina, and I made the short drama Blinded.
I was working with Shu and Brian, they were co-directing. They decided to use a method acting, which was quite interesting for me as a producer on set. I was like, oh, okay, we don't have anything scripted, that's interesting. So I was already trying to solve some problems that will probably happen. But it was really good, really smooth. They had an amazing approach to actors, and actors feel really comfortable as well. So when they were in front of the camera, they knew what they had to say, even though it was 100% improvised.
Ours was simpler. We didn't have that many locations. We only shot in one. Technically, it's supposed to be separated between two women's separate apartments, but we shot it all in one apartment and the hallway outside, sort of making it seem like there were two different apartments. And that got confusing at a couple of points, but it managed to work out. It was quite fun. It was really good to work with everybody, and our actors were really wonderful as well. Iris only had about 2 days to write this whole script, and then to sort of troubleshoot any problems that might arise from the script and rewrite it as well. So that was just really difficult, just quite pressed for time, but you know, it worked out in the end. Everybody was working really well together. And our actors were great as well. They were great fun. So one of the sounds that we had to have were sex sounds. So the two actors just sat in a room and lied on a bed, just lied back and just pretended these sex noises. And they were just doing it completely straight face, like nobody cared.
Overall, working with the team, we were joking around so much, and working with Brian and Shu is always interesting and always entertaining. We had to shoot a veteran, an actor who was 73, and he had to talk about the war with pigeons that he took part in. And so Shu took him outside and sat him in a wheelchair, and Shu sat on the wheelchair as well. And like, it was just so beautiful, both of them sitting in front of each other on the wheelchairs talking about the scene that they're supposed to shoot in the 5 minutes was just brilliant, and people were passing by and looking at them, and I was like, that is just gold, that is just like so beautiful. Thanks to Brian and Shu for their patience with me. No, overall, I hope everyone likes the film, because we worked really hard on it. And I hope you guys will enjoy it. And I just wanted to say thanks to Christina, because like, she was probably the best partner I could have for this production. So
were you?
Thank you so much. You gave me so much support.
And obviously thanks to the rest of the crew as well that worked on Blinded. We're all really, really happy with it, and I hope everybody likes it too. So.
Hey man. Hey dude. What's bumming you, my dude?
Oh dude, yesterday I was grinding the sweet chick spot, bruh. But then I totally bailed and busted my board dead.
Dude.
I don't even care about my biggest arm, dude. I only care about my board, man. How am I gonna pay for a new one?
Maybe I can help.
At Mares & Mares Insurance, we specialize in all your extreme sports needs. Skateboards, rollerblades, BMX, shark harnesses, water blades, skyboards, hammers, and much, much more. So shred your way down to Mares & Mares Insurance today. Listen, guys, please come down. I traded my last pack of cigarettes with a teenager for this jacket. I need this. Just shred on down.
Who are we? We are the people of Cleveland.
Wars are started by politicians, they're not started by soldiers. The soldiers are the ones that do the business. They do what they're told. We did what we were told. We knew we had to do it, and we knew that the enemy was a foul thing that had to be got rid of. One never thought that pigeons were intelligent in any sort of way at all. You know, really unintelligent birds. And yet there seemed to be something that was guiding them, something that was getting them together to come and attack. And I've never really understood that, which is why, of course, we had to fight back. There was no other way. He was a general. He came and he talked to us all about why we should be doing the war and everything like that.
That the Grand Marshal Clove Tarpeson was ultimately responsible for causing the war. He was, if you like, the casus belli who actually started it. He certainly was, in very short order, the leading wolf of the war, the leading proponent of most of the aggression that took place in the early part of it. And I think most of his belligerence and his attitude can be traced back to that simple but devastatingly convincing and climactic incident in which, as you may well know, on the 28th of July, the famous 28th of July, he stepped out of his house to get into his Bentley, and he found it covered in what I can only call pigeon excrement, covered from bonnet to trunk, or boot, as we say in Europe, with pigeon shit. It was the only car, mark you, in the street, in the entire street, that was defaced or defecated on in such a way. And it seems to us in the historical realm to be an extremely unlikely event or coincidence that the pigeons only pooed on his car.
This is the original military action request, and this is Tarpenson's signature himself. And basically, this is the starting point.
We were sent out from our base camp up to the river line. So when the pigeons came over, well, we caught them absolutely smack on. It was tremendous because we were blasting them out the sky all over the place.
I think, if I remember rightly from memory, over 200,000 soldiers were killed in that terrible battle. A lot of soldiers actually died from pigeon poo bullets.
The main cause of disease was cryptococcus. You can lose feeling in sort of the extremities. That's when people start to panic. Once it's getting to those stages and losing feeling, there's not much time left.
Good news, really, for Chinese restaurants all over the world. The loss of 90 million pigeons. 90 million pigeons. That's a lot of pigeons. Delicious, absolutely lovely.
In terms of propaganda, we have our recruiting poster. Now, this would have been a very, very common sight during the war. And this was made by the Cleanland Cultural Committee, which is a very innocuous name for the Ministry of Propaganda. Films at the time with stuff like Beaks, The Demons of the Grey Sky, Franken Pigeonstein.
It was huge. It was on a railway line. It was an extraordinary thing to suddenly decide to fire sweet corn. We were firing this stuff to get it up in the air, so all the pigeons would come in and we could knock them out.
clear of our land. Flying, shitting, we will slaughter them. Then, holy shit.
If you did this in the big battle, the pigeons would have got you by now. Oh, aye. Oh. Come on then. Oh. Oh.
Why didn't I see that coming? Bogus!
Have you been watching too much TV? Got square eyes? Well, try these. New from Mayor's Super Healthy Clinic. TV goggles!
Oh my god, I can see!
You can see everything. You can see this, and this, and this!
Thanks, dude. Wait, have you been following me?
Don't sweat it, kid. But, due to the patent I can afford, these are now the only items you are legally able to see. This does not include the faces of your loved ones.
Wait, does that mean that I can't see my mum again?
Please, respect the law.